Ha? Ang dami pa nito. Okay, yung value po ng ano, ito pang isang hindi kinonsider ng concession agreement. Kanina nakikinig po ako sa balitaktakan po ninyo ni Attorney Melvin Matibag, ng mga nandito. Kasi nga, Attorney Matibag was not allowed, or according to him, he was not allowed, pero pwede naman po. Ang tanong ko kasi, bakit po ba during that time, that according to you, you allowed him, but according to him, hindi siya ina-allow? Ano ba reason bakit nagkaroon ng ganong confusion na ayaw niyong papasukin at sabi niyo naman pinapapasok niyo? What is the reason behind?
Mr. Chair, may I be
Yes.
recognized? Actually, that's what we are also asking because perhaps Mr. Matibag did not know he was already at the control center when we had the briefing. Because again, I repeat that we allowed Mr. Matibag and Secretary Cusi to enter the control center, actually the dispatch floor, which is usually reserved only for dispatchers. Even myself, I'm only allowed to go onto that floor at limited times. If I have guests, it is only at the conference room adjacent to the system control floor. So, but we did let them in and we gave them a briefing of that. And I also want Mr. Chair to clarify that apart from Mr. Matibag, many other Transco presidents, many other chairs, senators, congressmen, I think the NICA, no, not the NICA, the NSC, also conducted an on-the-spot inspection with no notice to us of the National Control Center, and they visited numerous facilities. We
Okay.
reiterate, Mr. Chair, our position that our facilities are highly secure, but they are not closed, especially to government, for so long as the protocols are observed and the not the limitations, the requirements under the concession agreement are observed. So as long as po nagsabi at sumang-ayon sa mga security protocols, makakapasok naman po talaga.
Actually, Attorney Cynthia, mucha hindi sana yun. Gusto na kitang putulin kanina kasi ang tungkol sa tanong ko yung tungkol dun sa issue ng other businesses. Kasi the Transco, ito is about the telecommunications. We're about to go to the telecommunications. So I'm sorry na-confuse ka doon sa tanong ko. Well, no, ang tanong ko, because during that time, paki-show nga yung number 15, hindi, number 17. 17. Yes, number 17 kasi po. Ang Transco sumulat sa NGCP noong March 28, 2017 and follow on April 11, 2017 on reports about the dismantling and the installation activities of telecommunication facilities and requested to allow Transco to inspect. Nakita ko at nabasa ko yung sulat ni former President Attorney Melvin Matibag kay Mr. Henry C. Ito yung issue that I wanted to be clarified. Because there was a allegation that you were installing telecommunication facilities inside the NGCP facilities, which is owned by the government. Is it true that you have dismantled and nagkaroon kayo ng de-installation ng mga telecommunication facilities during that time that former President Melvin Matibag wrote you a letter on March 28 and April 11, 2017.
Mr. Chair, may I be allowed some latitude to explain?
Yes.
And to answer? I do recall at this time, Mr. Matibag called the press conference and we were told that we were conducting telecommunications businesses on the transmission facilities. And if I recall correctly, he showed photos of certain installations. And again, if I recall correctly, these are actually antennas of Globe and PLDT that were born out of co-location agreements. And again, I recall that these co-location agreements are not unique to NGCP. In fact, they were among the many contracts we inherited from Transco. Further, Transco also, especially at the time of Mr. Matibag, knew of these co-location agreements because they were made party to the applications in the ERC when we reported our income for these co-location agreements because we are under obligation to use up to 50% of the proceeds from those co-location agreements to lower the transmission cost, which we did regularly, and we reported and applied these applications, to which I think Transco was either a party or copied, furnished copies.
Parang hindi ko nasakyan yan, Attorney Mucha.
Sorry, sir.
Ang sinasabi-
Tagalogin ko po.
kasi parang,
Wala pong
parang medyo,
negosyong-
ang tinatanong lang, simple lang. Nagkaroon ba ng de-installation ng mga telecommunication equipments and facilities? Because kanina sinasabi mo may mga pictures. Sige, we'll show you the pictures, ano? Siguro, yung number 18. Pakita lang natin. Yung number 18. So, walang nangyaring de-installation, walang nangyaring itong mga facilities ng telecommunication, walang na nangyaring dismantling of all these facilities that andyan po sa picture na yan.
Mr. Chair, as far as I can see, these are what looked like could be
Story
site
po yan.
offices that also are common when we have construction. I cannot tell from this vantage point what those are, but certainly we have not conducted any business involving transmission assets without the knowledge of Transco.
Are you familiar with this, Attorney Melvin Matibag, with all these pictures that I showed in this committee? Are you familiar with this?
Yes, Mr. Chair. It was reported by our personnel nung initially nagbibisit, nakikita nila yan. Pero alam nyo, Mr. Chair, ito na naman yung problema natin kasi I've been here, nagnayari na to for 5 years sa akin, balik na naman dito eh. Kaya sinasabi nila hindi sila nag-engage pero as early as 2012 may mga letters sila that they are engaging in
Yeah, I know yan.
telecommunication business.
Well,
In fact, nag-add pa sila na kung gusto nyo ng broadband, makipag-usap kayo sa amin. I think between the words of Attorney Alabanza in the documents at hand, siguro naman with all due respect to my dean, when I was teaching in San Sebastian, best evidence rule, the document will speak for itself. Kahit hindi na siguro ako mag-explain, Mr. Chair, yung dokumento na lang yung magsasalita.
Yeah, and I want to show a document. Page 16, please. Ito yung ads ng NGCP sa PhilStar ng January 8, 2018. We have more to offer. Explore broadband with us. Kita niyo po? Ayan, no?
Mr. Chair, I
ba?
remember that was drafted under my department.
Kaya nga, meron kayo, sinabi niyo, we have more to offer. Meron kayo may broadband with us. And actually, yung po sulat na ni Mr. Henry C. kay Rolando Bacani, ang sinasabi niya, it is therefore imperative that NGCP retains its exclusive use
Yes.
over the fiber optic facility. Di ba? In violation of the concession agreement, section 8.03, which requires PISAM's prior written consent to engage in any related business. Show the 15. Because the value of telecommunication business dito, hindi natin na-consider ng government. And the telecom facilities, ang laki po ng ano niyan, ang tinatawag po nating annual gross revenue. Umaabot yan ng $22 billion. Doon pa lamang po sa current market value ng GSM. Yung mga 3G, yung mga 5G. Dati 3G lang tayo eh. Ang presyo niyan, almost $20 billion. Hindi pa natin sinasabi rito yung fixed line. Which also give us an annual revenue, gross, $5 billion. And I think, dito po nanggagaling
Mr. Chair.
ang
may I?
NGCP. Sige, go ahead, Mucha.
Mr. Chair, an invitation to explore is not the same as engaging in the business. It was allowed under the concession agreement that we would be allowed to maximize the use of transmission assets, including related businesses. It was indeed contemplated by government, which is why it was written into the concession agreement.
Yes.
However, Mr. Chair, we did not go into business. There were, perhaps, it was contemplated, but to actually engage in business, no. In fact, Mr. Chair, after that little, for lack of a better term, tiff with Transco at that time, NGCP decided to give government free of use of the dark fiber embedded in the transmission
So,
system.
paano yung dark fiber? Can you educate me on that?
Again, Mr.